it's MK, and I am here to celebrate Joanne Bartell's 2,000 subscriber celebration hop. This is the layout that I will be lifting from her today. It is absolutely perfect because it is the beginning of May, which is May I Scraplift You. So this worked out beautifully. So here is the layout again that I will be lifting. And I picked out a few simple stories pieces, but not a whole lot, even though Joanne's is very simple story oriented. I also have a photo that I won't be showing because of a few controversies of what people think. So it is a hunting photo, and I just usually don't show those. Just because I understand how people feel about hunting and whatnot. And so I will have a photo mat as a representation instead of my photos. Now, also from a cute little shop called Scrapbook Addict is all of these beautiful handmade embellishments. Go check out that Etsy shop. She is from Canada and she makes some adorable things as well as some amazing layouts. I will be scrap lifting her later on this month as well. So also too, from 49 and Market, I have a couple rub-ons, and they're not all of them are from the Hike More collection. One of them was from a green and pink collection. I no longer have the pink. Yes. And new to my shop, I have some of these beautiful twigs and flowers and things in the May box. So I will be using those today. I'm super excited that I finally get to use some of my own product. Anyways, but this is about Joanne, not about what I'm using. I brought out this sticker sheet, pointed out a couple things that I might use, set it off to the side, and completely forgot about it. From Photo Play, Be Brave or The Brave, I have this gorgeous paper here. It is like a wood grain plaid. Oh my gosh, on the back, and then a topical map on the other side as well. I think I'm going to use the topical side. I have this scrap here that is from a Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit, but I will be using this grungy green. From Minte, I have from the Wilderness collection, I have this beautiful plaid, and it has a yellow and a green and then a blue inside. So I'm not really sure how this layout or how this piece is going to take place, but I really do want to use this plaid right here. Also too, from Minte, the Wilderness collection, I have this beautiful wood grain. Oh my stars. It is just beautiful. Gosh, I love this piece of paper. I'm glad that they sell it all individual too, instead of just in a collection. So it is a collage print on the back of random icons, but I will be using the wood grain. Yes, I will. I'm going to use it from side to side because I've got a banner that goes up and down. All right, to start off, I'm going to cut off all of the branding strips that I still have on my papers. And then, to be honest, I start with cutting this piece at 4 inches and stop myself and realize I don't think I want that all in 4 inches. No, I think I want more of a solid, and then have that piece be like Joanne's border that she has on hers. So definitely wanted to throw that at me because I originally had this plaid picked out to be my main focal piece. So I'm just trying to decide whether or not that is how I want it to go. Do I want the plaid or do I want, the solid? And I end up choosing the solid. And then I, of course, look at my other options. Do I even like the color combination that I have going on? For me, green is green is green. I love mixing all my greens because there's a wide variety of mix of greens out there in the world. And out there in nature and all that good stuff. So for me, I was okay with it at first, but I couldn't figure out what was throwing me off on this layout because something wasn't meshing well. I love the background. I love all the papers that I picked out. They seem to mesh well in a pile, but something was not working correctly. Okay, and good thing that I use washi tape. I can just peel my paper back because I forgot to ink my edges. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and ink all of my edges really quickly before I glue it on the page, and then I'm unable to ink ink those back up. So I'm going to go ahead and get those all done and over with. I love putting little borders like this on with washi tape, and then I can secure them a lot better later. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do is just use the washi tape to secure my pieces together, especially when they're nice little small pieces like this. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing with this page. I'm still a little concerned about the color combination I have going on. So I'm going to move on and cut out all of the rub-ons that I wanted to use for this layout. I picked out all my fern leaves from the Hikemore collection, as well as a couple of the darker leaves from that, I don't even know what it was called, but it was just a pink and a green collection that 49 and Market had going on out there. What I'm trying to mimic from Joanne's layout is the stenciling work that she did behind her photo. And instead of stenciling, I wanted to use the rub-ons. Well, while I'm still thinking about it, now I'm exploring, the word explore. I am exploring all of the items that I picked out. At first, I thought I wanted to use the word explore as my title, but it is very much too big. So instead, I'm going to pull these out. Look at these. Look at the detail in all of these handmade elements. Oh my gosh, Sarah, you have outdone yourself. And this little tag with the little moose on top. Now, we are not hunting moose. We're actually hunting elk, but it's still adorable, and I might use that little tag. And look at this banner. Oh my goodness, it says fresh air. So I went ahead and attached it to this what is it called? This twine. So that way I do have an actual banner that I can hang underneath my photo. And from Joanne's photo, it does look like she also tried to create a banner of embellishments, even though she didn't use twine and whatnot and strung them all together. That is the effect that I'm going for. Also, because burlap is definitely something that reminds me of the great outdoors, I'm going to add this little 6x6 burlap piece. And to make it a little bit more or a little less uniform, I'm going to rip the paper backing off of it. And when I do, it loosens up the fibers and gets it to be a little bit more on the rugged side. So I really like how that looks as well. But I'm still not convinced that I like my color combination. I love all the pieces that I picked out. I love all the rub-ons that I have, but what on earth am I doing wrong? And then I flipped over my bright green piece. It was my bright green piece. I flipped it over and I had this beautiful blue piece on the back, which matches the blue lines in my plaid paper from Minte. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect, you guys. I have to say that I just never would have imagined that was it. I just really didn't have a clue after building onto this layout. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and work on my leaves and things that are going to pop off the page and behind my layout and mix in the leaves as well as the fern leaves. I love how this looks, and that this tag with the journaling spot inside just ended up being a little bit too big. So I'm going to take that out and replace it with this tiny little bit of mesh that I have that is from Hobby Lobby. It's just a little scrap that I had hanging around, as well as a little scrap of burlap. So I'm going to take the burlap and put it over to the other side. Now, I wished I would have had a little bit more of the mesh, but I do not, which is fine. I feel like what little I got to use on this layout was perfect, and I don't feel like the layout is missing a thing. So before I glue my burlap down to the layout, I am going to go ahead and put all my rub-ons on, and I'm just going to create a fan of leaves, just like Joanne did in her layout. I was drawn towards this layout because of all of the greenery that she used in her layout. Even though her layout was more of a Halloween or a fall layout, what caught my eye was all of the greenery, and especially the beautiful leaves. Hers were peach leaves, but all those beautiful leaves that she has in the background of her photo, just fabulous, or I should say layout, sorry. Just fabulous. All the detail was fabulous. And then I realized that, it was all simple stories. And of course, that is something that I enjoy using as well. So everything just came together beautifully. And I just was so excited to Scraplift this layout that I couldn't wait. I honestly, I couldn't wait to do this layout. It was just, it was a gorgeous lift. She just did beautiful on this. So anyways, I am going to rub on. Now, for some reason, the rub-ons love to stick on paper, but they don't like to stick on themselves. So I have to rub a little extra harder. And then these leafy rub-ons seem to be 49 Market's first set, I would feel, because they don't feel like the same as the rub-ons that we use today. They just didn't have that same feel to them or same stickiness. So anyways, and I'm talking to a friend, if you guys are curious on why my fingers stop every now and then or anything like that. Clearly I cannot scrapbook and visit at the same time. That just doesn't work. So I just thought I'd throw that out there as well. And so once I'm done filling in my background, I'm going to bring in my photo. You're not going to see it, but I need to see where the dead space is in the photo. So that way I can put this banner piece that just says explore more on top. And I do end up I feel like all the elements that I picked out for this layout say explore on them. But I don't realize that until after I put the layout together. All right, and then fresh air first was going to be my subtitle, and my title was going to be that big foam word. Again, it says explore on it, and it actually said explore the outdoors. So this burlap is a tightly woven burlap. It is not the same as the burlap that is behind the photograph or behind the photo mat. So I had to work a little bit harder at loosening it up. But once I got it loose, it was good after I tore the paper off and whatnot. I'm going to put the pine cones behind. Oh my gosh, those hearts looked amazing in between the two words fresh air. But I did not like the fact that the hearts were on the same eye level. They didn't cross paths or make a diagonal on my layout. So that's what I'm going to work at. And in amongst all these greenery pieces, I'm going to add my twigs and leaves, which I just love that effect of having natural wood on an outdoor layout. That is just fabulous. These little wishing bubbles from 49 Market, they last forever. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I am saying that as there are so many uses for them and spread them all over several layouts. It is just fabulous how many uses you can get out of one sheet of epoxy bubbles from 49 Market. It is amazing. Here's another word. It says explorer. And I really didn't like adding a third word that says explore, so I left it off. And my title is just going to be fresh air. And I love that little banner piece. Absolutely. I added an epoxy bubble that says go outside because I feel like we have to tell ourselves with everything that we've got going on inside, like laundry, cleaning house, doing the dishes, all that stuff. We have to tell ourselves, make ourselves go outside. It is ridiculous. At least I think I have to. So I do love doing these types of layouts because it does make me want to go outside. All right, I'm going to finish this layout off with two little, looks like screw heads for my little banner piece. I thought it was amazing. Again, I apologize for not putting my photo on the layout, but I just don't want to offend anybody that is not a hunter because it is something that we do in our family, and I love documenting these types of layouts or these types of photos. So that way my kids can look back on, what it is that we used to do in case they want to teach their kids and whatnot. So keep it going, right? So anyways, Joanne, thank you so much for inviting me to help celebrate this 2,000 subscriber hop. That is such a great achievement and a huge milestone in the YouTube world. I am so proud of you. I love watching all of your videos, your organization videos, your design team member videos. I absolutely love it. So congratulations, and thank you for letting me help celebrate with you.